Hello and welcome to a new episode of Tech Tuesdays. This is your host Royd, and in this video we have something very special in store for you guys. Well, I should say someone special. But before we get to that, don't forget to subscribe to our channel guys and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future videos. So in today's episode, we'll be talking about the Bokeh Monster, this Fuji 50mm 1.0 lens. But I won't be talking about this lens alone. Today, we're joined by a Fuji X mentor, Puneet Desai. Puneet is the co-founder at Wedlancer and is also the founder at Dreamcatchers Photography. Hi Puneet, and thanks so much for joining us here today. And a special thanks to Fuji for arranging this.
Thanks, Roy. Thank you for having me here.
So Puneet, I was actually going to review this Fuji 50mm
Wait.
Okay.
I have a question for you before
Sure.
that. मैंने आपके सारे प्रोडक्ट रिव्यूज में देखा है कि आपका असिस्टेंट वहां से प्रोडक्ट फेंकता है, आप पकड़ते हो, फिर उसको निकालते हो. आज लेंस फेंकने नहीं बोलोगे?
वो कर सकते हैं, लेकिन ये लेंस फूजी ने भेजा है या खुद के पैसे से खरीदा है?
ये वाला मैंने मेरे पूरे पैसे देके खरीदा है.
तो फिर कैच नहीं खेलते.
ठीक है.
What I was saying is it's good to have an actual Fuji X mentor with us to talk us through this lens. Now I know you've been using this lens for your personal and professional work extensively, so you have hands-on experience using it.
Yeah, I mean, that's right. So I have taken this lens on a lot of portrait shoots that I do. Also, I have taken it to quite a few weddings by now. So yes, you can safely say that this lens has been tried and tested through different environments by now.
That's amazing. And I actually had a few questions about this lens, and maybe we'll address them as we go through this video. But the first thing that I want to talk about is the 1.0 aperture. You know, that's something that we don't get to see very often. 1.4, even 1.2 we are used to. But 1.0, now that's something.
You know, even I was pleasantly surprised when Fuji announced this. But let's not forget that in the past, Fuji has announced this lens 33mm f1.0. Sadly, it didn't come out. So I think they got this one instead. But when they announced this, I was really happy. And let me tell you, this one is amazing.
Okay. Let's not get ahead of ourselves here. There is a lot more to talk about before you give your final verdict about this lens. You know, let's address the one thing that a lot of people would be interested in. How does this lens perform wide open at f1.0? You know, what's the sharpness like, colors, contrast, things like that?
See, I mean, it's not a secret that Fuji has this great line of lenses, right? 35mm 1.4, 56mm 1.2, they all are great lenses. And I would say this one is no exception. In fact, this one is even better than that. The contrast, the color that comes out of this, simply brilliant. And when you ask about the sharpness, Roy, it's my personal experience. I've used it extensively at f1.0, sometimes with the traditional way of focusing, sometimes with eye autofocus. It's stack sharp. But once you start stopping it down, say at around f2.0 or higher, this one really shines.
And of course, a huge benefit of this f1.0 aperture is the bokeh.
Oh, wait, Roy. Bokeh.
Bokeh. And boy, is the bokeh on this lens gorgeous.
Roy, I would just say this one is the king of bokeh. King of all of them. I mean, 50mm, this lens on a full frame camera will become 75mm, like a usual 85mm portrait lens kind of a thing. But the bokeh it renders at f1.0 is brilliant. It's so creamy, it's so soft, surreal. It has a dreamy kind of a look, you know. And this look could be achieved only and only with this kind of a aperture.
Now, since you mentioned that this lens is designed to be a portrait lens, can you talk a little bit about what the autofocus performance is like?
Okay, so I'm using this lens on my X-T4 camera, and I'm focusing in both the methods, like the traditional way of focusing where you select the focusing points manually, or eye autofocus. And let me tell you, the pictures are tack sharp. So let me answer your question in two segments, okay? If I'm using this lens in my portrait sessions where the subject is not moving a lot, I would say 10 on 10 pictures are coming out tack sharp. But I have used this lens extensively in weddings as well, whether it's a bridal entry. I've used the lens during the mandap shots as well, where the subject is not running, but yes, there is a bit of movement. In that scenario also, surprisingly, 7 to 8 pictures out of 10 are coming out tack sharp. So I'm actually blown away, for a lens which has so much of glass inside moving and an aperture of f1.0, pictures coming out tack sharp at f1.0, it's brilliant.
And with an f1.0 aperture, shooting in low light must feel like nothing. मतलब, do you even need to use external lights anymore कि अंधेरी में भी shoot कर लेते हो?
I mean, lights अभी भी लगते हैं. Jokes apart, Rohit, I'll tell you, Fuji cameras were always brilliant in low light, right? But this aperture of f1.0 is a blessing. Now, with this kind of aperture, I can shoot at higher shutter speeds, lower ISOs. Ultimately that results into sharper and cleaner photos. I'm happy, clients are happy. It's all good.
Okay, now let's talk a little bit about the physical aspects of the lens itself. I mean, we know that the lens has a 77mm filter thread at the front, and the lens weighs about 845 grams, so it's not really a light lens per se. But that's expected because the lens has 12 glass elements in 9 groups, one of which is an aspherical element and 2 extra low dispersion elements. But talk to me a little bit about how this lens actually feels in your hands.
Okay, so let me hold the camera first. I think the lens is made very thoughtfully. There are 2 rings, okay? One is your focusing ring, which is quite broad and very easy to move. So if you are focusing manually for your photos or for your videos, it's very smooth. Second one is your aperture ring. Every time you move it, you feel that click, so that you accidentally don't move your aperture ring. Now, let's talk about the heaviness. I mean, yeah, it's a tiny bit of a disadvantage. It's slightly front heavy, I would say. But Roy, let's not forget the lens is made predominantly for doing portraits. So it's not going to be on your camera all the time when you're shooting events. And for some time when you're doing portraits, it's not that big a hassle.
And let's not forget the lens is weather sealed as well.
Absolutely.
So that's another bonus feature.
Absolutely. So all in all, very thoughtfully made lens, quite useful one. I just love it.
Okay, and before we end this video, I had one last question for you. Now, Fuji already has a 56mm f1.2 lens. So how does this 50mm 1.0 fit into the entire Fuji lineup?
Good question, Roy. I would say the optical quality in 56 1.2 and that in 50 1.0 is totally different. This one is a monster. When it comes to the contrast, the colors is way better than 56 1.2. Also, let's not forget the bokeh. As I said, this one is a bokeh monster. The bokeh that comes out of this lens is nowhere comparable to your 56 1.2. This one is more creamier, more surreal and dreamy, I would say. So if you are a professional photographer, if you do weddings, if you do portraits or studio work and your life depends on it, this lens 50 1.0 is hard to beat, and I would say it totally justifies the price tag that it has.
And of course, shooting backlit photos as well. I've heard that this lens is just amazing, when it comes to like lens flare and stuff, it does really, really well in controlling that.
All aspects, man, all aspects. I mean, you actually cannot compare 56 1.2 and 50 1.0 side by side. This one is class apart.
Well, I'm actually a Nikon shooter, but I think you've sold me on this Fuji lens. I think I'm ready to switch.
Welcome to the dark side, man.
Well, that's all we have in store for you in this episode of Tech Tuesdays. Thanks once again for Fuji for making this happen, and to Puneet for his valuable insight about this lens. Let us know what you thought of this video, and if you have any questions for Puneet, then leave them in the comments. And as always, like and share this video so that it reaches a lot more people. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.